Welcome back to our YouTube channel, where we delve into the world of literature and its impact on our lives. Today, we're tackling a highly requested book summary of The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. This eye-opening book delves into the creative process and the internal struggles faced by artists, writers, and creators everywhere. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the wisdom contained within these pages. So, let's get started. But before we dive into the content, I kindly request a moment of your time to appreciate this video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield is a motivational guide that helps you overcome creative blocks and resistance. It provides strategies and inspiration to help you unlock your full potential and achieve your artistic goals. In The War of Art, author Steven Pressfield helps you identify your inner creative battles against fear and self-doubt and offers advice on how to win those battles. An inspirational book for anyone who's had trouble realizing their passion, it offers an examination of those negative forces that keep you from realizing your dreams and shows how you can defeat your fears to achieve your creative goals. Steven Pressfield is a best-selling author of historical fiction and nonfiction books, including Gates of Fire, Tides of War, The Legend of Bagger Vance, and Do the Work. The War of Art by Steven Pressfield is a powerful exploration of overcoming resistance and unlocking our creative potential. Here's why this book is worth reading. Pressfield offers insightful observations about the inner obstacles that prevent us from pursuing our true calling, inspiring us to overcome them with courage and determination. The book provides a practical framework for understanding and defeating the forces of resistance, encouraging us to take action and pursue our creative endeavors with relentless persistence. Through real-life examples and personal anecdotes, Pressfield paints a vivid picture of the struggles faced by artists, writers, and entrepreneurs, making the book relatable and compelling. The War of Art is not your typical self-help book. It's a manifesto for any creative soul battling against their inner demons. Pressfield introduces the concept of resistance, the force that tries to prevent us from accomplishing our creative endeavors. This book serves as a wake-up call for anyone who has struggled to follow their passions. Here is a sentence showcasing the greatness of a quote of this book. Most of us have two lives, the life we live and the unlived life within us. Between the two stands resistance. Steven Pressfield. Those are the individuals who truly deserve to immerse themselves in this extraordinary book. Anyone wanting to be an artist or a professional in a certain field. Anyone interested in starting their own business. Anyone wishing to conquer fear and self-doubt in their creative life. Pressfield divides the book into 3 parts: resistance, combating resistance, and beyond resistance. In the first part, he defines resistance as the internal force that prevents us from doing our work. It can manifest as procrastination, self-doubt, or fear. Pressfield emphasizes that resistance is the enemy of creativity and must be confronted head-on. In the second part, Pressfield offers strategies for overcoming resistance. He advises readers to take their work seriously and commit to a creative practice. He also discusses the importance of developing discipline and routine in order to combat resistance effectively. The final part of the book explores the idea of turning pro. Pressfield argues that in order to overcome resistance, we must adopt a professional mindset towards our work. This means showing up every day, doing the work, and not making excuses. By embracing a professional attitude, we can break free from the limitations imposed by resistance and unlock our true creative potential. Here are some invaluable insights gleaned from this captivating book. I trust you will find them exceedingly beneficial. Feel free to delve deeper into its wisdom and let it inspire new perspectives and ideas in your journey. 1. A mental force called resistance opposes all our endeavors and affects everyone. Have you ever had an ambitious dream but hesitated to act on it? Maybe you wanted to write a great novel or start an innovative new business, but a certain feeling held you back? That feeling is called resistance. It's the force that forever keeps us from realizing our dreams and accomplishing what we were meant to do. Anything new in our routine that takes us away from the habitual will be naturally accompanied by resistance. Resistance is negative, and it always opposes change or anything new. For example, if you feel a call to start a new business, resistance will be the voice that urges you to stay at your current job and not take a risk on a project that may fail. If you want to start a new diet, resistance will be the voice that tells you, I can always start the diet tomorrow, even if I don't today. This feeling of resistance is perfectly normal. It's impersonal and universal, and it affects anyone and everyone. Resistance also doesn't discriminate between interests. You'll feel resistance if you want to do something for yourself, like diet, or something to help others, like start a charity. We need to accept that resistance is natural and stop thinking that it targets us personally. In fact, resistance even affects people who are experienced at what they do. For example, actor Henry Fonda, even in his late age, threw up before every theatrical performance. Being an accomplished actor didn't stop him from feeling fear each time he had to go on stage. Resistance can manifest in many ways. Fear of failure, self-doubt, or procrastination are different forms of resistance. We can learn how to defeat resistance by constantly refocusing on our dreams, committing to our craft, and accepting that challenging resistance is a natural and necessary part of the journey. 2. Resistance keeps us from becoming who we're meant to be, unless we use it to our advantage. Is there something in life you feel you were meant to do? Maybe you want to write short stories or design furniture. That's your calling, your greatest passion that satisfies your soul's hunger. We each have two separate lives, our lived and unlived lives. We live every day in our regular life, but we have another unlived life where we have an unrealized dream. 3. The best way to fight resistance is to be a professional and treat your dream like a full-time job. How are you pursuing your dream? Do you try to work on it a few hours here and there? This is a mistake. Instead, try to think of yourself as constantly working on it, immersed in it, like a full-time job. You can be quite creative in how you utilize your time for your dream, even if you still have a regular job. For example, Quentin Tarantino didn't go to film school but instead worked in a video rental store. He watched films at work and used his free time to direct small projects. Once, one of his projects was destroyed in a fire. Instead of feeling as if he had failed, Tarantino realized that even though he never got to finish the film, the project had still taught him more than any film school class could have. 4. Being a professional means knowing yourself and your craft. Everyone feels fear and self-doubt sometimes, and this is normal. As we can't permanently eliminate these negative emotions, we must learn to constantly combat them. You can do this most effectively by knowing yourself and knowing your calling as best you can. To learn about yourself, you must learn what your limitations are. You shouldn't expect to do everything by yourself. When you learn your limitations, you'll know better when it will help to work with others. A good way to do this is to surround yourself with other professionals. 5. A professional defeats resistance by being organized, patient, and boldly facing adversity. Let's say your dream is to write a book, and you develop the self-discipline to sit down and write every day. You'll soon realize that resistance doesn't immediately go away. In fact, resistance may even increase as you keep writing, making you doubt your passions even more. However, you can weaken resistance by being persistent and organized. To be a professional, you must be organized and patient. The author John Updike embodied this well in his writing process. He wrote every day, but focused on pacing himself evenly through the writing process. He didn't set unrealistic goals, such as speed writing a novel in a week. 6. There are positive mental forces we can use to counteract resistance. Though everyone has to face the negative force of resistance, the good news is that there are also positive forces that help us. Muses are one such positive force. In Homer's epic poem The Odyssey, he writes that there are 9 goddesses called the Muses who inspire creativity and ideas in artists. They present ideas to dedicated artists and help them defeat resistance. In fact, Homer himself called upon them to be able to tell the story of Odysseus' 10-year struggle to return home after the Trojan War. 7. Professionals battle against hierarchies to achieve their goals. Whether in the workplace, on Wall Street, in Hollywood, or even in high school, everyone has had to face the structure of social hierarchies in their life. Hierarchies exist everywhere. The one thing hierarchies share is that they always oppose change, dictating a fixed place for every member of the hierarchy. Most people define themselves in and are defined by hierarchies in their lives, and usually hierarchies are quite restrictive. Professionals commit themselves to a certain territory where they work to achieve their goal. Whether it's writing a hit song or directing an Oscar-winning film, each one of us has our own specific calling. And the place where professionals work on their calling is called their territory. For example, in the case of former Mr. Universe Arnold Schwarzenegger, bodybuilder, actor, and politician, his territory is the gym. So how do you know where your territory is? In addition to that, it is important to note the following key points. Resistance is a powerful force that prevents us from realizing our creative potential. Overcoming resistance requires discipline, commitment, and a professional mindset towards our work. By embracing resistance and pushing through it, we can achieve our creative goals and lead a more fulfilling life. Pressfield's portrayal of the creative struggle as a battle against resistance resonates with artists and creators across all fields. The book serves as a call to arms, urging readers to confront their inner demons and take control of their creative destiny. One of the main key themes in The War of Art is the idea that resistance is a universal force that affects everyone. No matter how talented or experienced you are, resistance will always be there, trying to derail your creative pursuits. Pressfield's message is clear. In order to succeed as a creative individual, you must be willing to fight against resistance every single day. Moreover, Pressfield emphasizes the significance of consistency and perseverance in the face of resistance. He argues that in order to overcome creative blocks and achieve our goals, we must show up day in and day out, regardless of how we feel. By establishing a routine and committing to our craft, we can gradually chip away at resistance and make progress towards our creative aspirations. Pressfield's writing style is both engaging and motivational, making The War of Art a compelling read for anyone seeking to break free from creative barriers. Through personal anecdotes, inspirational quotes, and practical advice, he offers readers a roadmap for navigating the tumultuous waters of the creative process. In conclusion, The War of Art is a powerful book that shines a light on the internal struggles faced by artists and creators. By addressing the concept of resistance head-on, Pressfield encourages readers to take ownership of their creative journey and push through the obstacles standing in their way. If you're looking to reignite your passion for creativity and overcome self-doubt, this book is a must-read. Pressfield's insights are both profound and practical, offering a roadmap for overcoming resistance and unleashing our creative genius. So, next time you find yourself blocked by resistance, remember the wisdom contained in this book and keep fighting the good fight. You can find the link to acquire a copy of this incredible book in the description below. That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. We hope you found this deep dive into The War of Art insightful and inspiring. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe for more literary content. And make sure to share this comprehensive summary with individuals who are actively engaging in the fight against the resistance, as it may provide valuable insights and support for their efforts. Keep fighting the good fight against resistance, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.